Well, hello there, everybody. This is the Comedy Thief, and you're watching Funny Old Guys. That's what we're doing here. What we do is we tell, first of all, we steal everything that you're going to hear today, but that's us. We're crooks. Anyway, I'm the Comedy Thief, and beside me is Dr. Fatpacker. Say hello to everybody there, Doctor.
Well, guten Tag, everybody. I'm so glad that you could join us today.
Indeed. And below here, we have homeless Charlie looking more than a little scruffy. Wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Yeah, well.
Say hello to our enormous video crowd there, buddy.
Ooh. Well, hello to our enormous video crowd.
Now, what we do is
feeling pretty good today. He started to preen there a little bit.
We tell jokes, but first of all, we have a point of conversation. And the point of conversation just between the three of us today, Dr. Fatpacker, is for Christmas, one of your friends gave you a robot girlfriend. So, first of all, are you going to exchange it for something else? Are you going to keep the robot girlfriend? How do you plan on developing a relationship with your robot girlfriend?
Well, you know, that would be very interesting, but I know the very first thing that I would do.
Yes?
Disconnect her voice mechanism.
Hey, almost, Charlie, we just lost all the women.
Well, only the robot women.
Well, that's right. Forgive me. Okay, almost, Charlie, you also got a robot girlfriend, okay? And are you going to keep it, exchange it? Are you going to develop a relationship? How are you going to use your robot girlfriend?
Well, I've decided I'm not going to use it at all.
Oh.
Mainly because the last time I had an operation, I think the government put some kind of chip in my head.
Was that it?
You know what that does? It just sort of rejects everything that's abnormal.
Oh, okay. That sounds mildly political.
How about you, Comedy Thief?
Well, what I would do, because I mean, assuming I was a little younger, but even so, I think what I would do, I would get 3 or 4 batteries additionally, and I would plug them in, and then go on a wild week-long honeymoon. Now, the extra batteries were for me.
I was going to say, where are you going to plug them in?
Yes, but that's another story.
I don't want to hear about it.
Dr. Fatpacker, tell us the joke.
Oh, my goodness. So, you know, I tell you, every once in a while, I go down to the courthouse because there's a lot of funny stuff going on there. Yeah. This one man is on trial, and the judge goes to him on the 3rd of August. You are accused of killing your wife by beating her to death with a hammer. How do you plead? And the guy goes, guilty. At this point, this other guy in the back of the court, he stands up and he goes, you dirty rat. And the judge goes, wait a minute, sit down, don't make any noise, geez. So the judge says, and that also on the 17th of September, you are accused of killing your son by beating him to death with a hammer. How do you plead? And he goes, guilty. And the man in the back goes, you dirty, rotten, stinking rat. Well, at this point, the judge goes over and he says, wait a minute, you know, I already asked you to be quiet now, and you continue. You have to charge you with contempt of court if you continue on that. I mean, I can understand your feelings, but what relationship do you have with this man? He goes, he's my next door neighbor. He says, well, sure, but you have to refrain. He says, no, Your Honor, you don't understand. Twice I have asked if I could borrow a hammer on both sides. He said he didn't have one.
Oh, that dirty, rotten liar.
Yeah.
Dr. Fatpacker, tell us a joke.
Okay, I can tell you another one, but why don't we let homeless Charlie tell you one instead?
Did I say Fatpacker?
Yeah, you did. You pronounced it very well.
I've been drinking.
I can tell.
Almost Charlie, tell us a joke.
Oh my. Well, we've been doing this for what, a year or more? I don't know.
17 years as of last month.
Okay, but I've never told a really long joke.
Yeah.
This is moderately long. It'll be my last one. So one night, a young boy takes his girlfriend home. As they're about to kiss each other goodnight at the front door, the guy starts feeling a little amorous. With an air of confidence, he leans his hand against the wall and says, "Would you like to have sex with me?" And horrified, she replies, "Are you mad? My parents will see us." He says, "Oh, come on. I should just lower my pants. It won't take long." "Oh, come on. There's nobody around. They're all sleeping." And she says, "No way. It's too risky." He says, "Oh, please, please. I love you so much." She says, "No, no, no. I love you too, but I just can't. I'm begging you," he says. And then out of the blue, the light on the stairs goes on, and the girl's younger sister shows up in her pajamas, hair disheveled, in a sleepy voice. She says, "Dad says to go ahead and have sex with him, or I can do it, or if need be, Mom, she says she can come down herself and do it. But for God's sakes, tell him to take his hand off the intercom."
For God's sakes.
All right, that's very good.
Well, I got a new job as a taxi driver.
Oh, like Uber, or you have your own taxi?
I have my own taxi, but I live in a town that is so boring.
How boring is it?
It is so boring that the taxi drivers have to ask the passengers where to find a girl for the night. That's how boring it is. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh my goodness. Well, this friend of mine, one of my patients, he told me that he bought his little daughter one of those little pot-belly pet pigs, you know?
Yep.
And he says, well, she called it Stinky, which I thought was pretty good, but she only called it Stinky if it played in the yard. But she called it Ballpoint, then it was in the sty. And the father says, well, why do you have two names for your pig? Says, that's easy. Ballpoint is just his pen name.
Oh, it's just his pen name. Oh, beautiful. Almost Charlie.
Well, I tell you what, claustrophobia is the fear of closed spaces. For example, I'm going to the liquor store and I'm scared it will be closed.
Did you get that one?
Oh
funny?
My God, that was so funny.
Okay, I've come up with a new product,
That was
gentlemen,
very quick.
for the holiday season.
Oh, for the holiday season.
Yeah, first of all, you get yourself a wreath, right?
Okay.
And then you get yourself a bottle of bourbon. Okay.
Oh,
Now, what you
getting
do
better.
is for 5 days, you soak the wreath in bourbon. Okay.
Then what?
And then, well, you sell these in restaurants because someone comes in for dinner and you give them the wreath and they suck on the wreath and chew it until all the bourbon's out. I mean, how is that for Yuletide?
That very wasteful, I would say. Oh my goodness.
Very novel. Very novel.
I know a drunk who won't find that very funny.
I find it delicious.
So anyways, the police were called to this home and they found this man was standing over the lifeless body of this woman with a 5-iron in his hand. And the police said, is that your wife? And he goes, yes. And they said, well, did you kill her with that golf club? And he goes, yes. And he started crying and he dropped the club. And the police go, well, how many times did you hit her? And the guy goes, I don't know, 5, 6, or 7 times. Well, put me down for a 5.
You got to be a golfer to really, truly understand that. Almost Charlie, it's your turn.
Well,
Ooh.
curling irons, you know what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't they the stones they throw?
Yeah. Those are usually cold.
Oh, yeah.
They're hot.
Okay.
But amazingly, they have a warning tag that says for external use only. Now, which one of you sick people made that necessary?
I have no idea.
That one was good, yeah.
But what I do know is, look at this, all right? Can you read that?
Columbia.
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 You're doing drugs now?
Well, see how smart you two guys are. Do you know how to spell Columbia backwards? You ready? Ta-da!
I thought you
Fat
were supposed
Packer.
to turn around.
Dr. Fatpacker, this is your last one.
Oh, Val, for Christmas, I got this book. It was on anti-gravity. I started reading it. I can't put it down. Anti-gravity. Never mind. We'll cross that one off.
I got it.
I can't put it down. Okay, last one there, Charlie.
Well, a woman I know said, I love it when guys ask how big my boobs are, like as if men have any idea what bra sizes mean. I could tell a guy I'm WD-40 and he would be going like, oh my God, so hot.
For a bra size, WD-40?
Well, when I was growing up, when I was 7,
Yeah,
all my buddies called me Moby Dick. Do you know why?
I can hardly think.
Everybody hold your breath. Hold it here.
Oh, no.
I had a call coming in.
Incoming.
So
Is
anyway,
that why they called you Moby Dick?
no, they called me Moby Dick because the year before I learned how to make water squirt out of my belly button. That's what I did.
That is
Anyway.
so sad.
This is
So
the Comedy
sad.
Dave saying goodbye to everybody. Oh,
My
I
goodness.
almost forgot. We invite a very famous person to be on our very next video.
Famous
right?
people. I love famous people.
Well, I wrote down and did a little research, and so we're going to invite the famous movie star. Where the heck is she? Oh, yes, Shirley Temple. You're going to be on our very next video next week. So we want you to write to us at funnyoldguys@gmail.com. And
Wait a minute. Wasn't she a senator at some point or a congressperson at some point?
She was a senator, Shirley Temple Black.
Yeah,
So Shirley,
that's it.
we
I
want you.
remember that. And then she died.
She's dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what everybody does in Congress.
well then Shirley
didn't
Temple
know
Black.
I
What's
didn't
that?
know that.
Homos?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know
No, we can't invite her if she's dead.
No,
That
well,
would
we could invite her, but she
You know
won't
somebody
show
named
up.
Shirley we could invite? Quick.
Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine. Wait a minute, isn't she dead?
Oh,
I hope
I don't
not.
know. I'd have to Google her.
I'll tell you what, we're going to invite nobody
I like
for next
that.
week's video. So don't even bother to write to us at funnyoldguys@gmail.com. This is a Comedy Safe saying goodbye, passing along to Dr. Fatpacker for his farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, everybody. Oh, and before I go, please don't forget to subscribe. That would be very nice of you.
And Homos Charlie, say goodbye to our fantastic, fabulous fan base.
Goodbye to our fantastic, fabulous fan base.
Very good. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you in our next video.